I'd like to invite a special guest up onto stage. Like I said, I love firsts, and this is a particularly significant one for many good reasons. So I would like to invite the one and only Dane up to stage. You betcha.
Actually, the real reason I'm up here, I haven't even told Michael and Craig this yet, but I've been to, this is the 71st of these shows, and I'm always at the back, so I want to see what everybody looked like from the front. And you know what? I'm pleasantly surprised.
See, he had that little curious laugh. He's like, I'm gonna go past that little X not available, and I'm gonna go see what they look like.
He's wearing matching socks.
That's okay.
You know, I'm on the other end of that sock spectrum. I really am. I couldn't go there. Could I, Brian? No. Brian, yeah.
That's too funny.
Actually, the real reason I'm up here actually is because of this guy. Craig and I did that podcast with him, and Craig brought up that 40-some years ago, I wrote a couple little snippets of songs, and he's gooned me about, but he actually remembered the tune of part of one of them, so I thought, So after talking with Michael and his teacup challenge, which you haven't really talked about here, but anyway, I looked at that, but I just thought I'm gonna try to write a song. So the first song I'm gonna do, and I'm just looking at this because it's a security blanket, I really do know the song. I was golfing with a friend, or with some friends. Brian was there actually, and we were walking down a fairway, and we were golfing with a much younger guy as part of our foursome, and he had hit this ball like 100 yards further than us at least, right? So this friend who's closer to my vintage, as we're walking along, he says, you know, that used to be us. And I said, it didn't used to be me. and again, he's not here, and I will say it didn't used to be him either. but he did kind of prompt me to think about all the things we say we used to. So, and in Michael's song, I Remember, he has a couple of I used to's in there too even. So you can't get very far in a day where somebody doesn't say, I used to about something. So anyway, so I wrote this song about I used to, and Michael's kind enough to let me sit up here with him and share it with you guys. So
Give it up for Dane, everybody. All right, ready when you're ready? Yeah.
I used to bicycle all day and still one time to play, swimming when I could go, running through the woods, laughing all the time with childhood friends of mine. These are lots of things I used to. I used to party all night long, always feeling strong, played the games I loved with great conviction. Never second best, I outplayed all the rest. When I recall those times, I say I used to. Used-tos are the things our memory seems to bring. We always want to share what we used to. It happens all the time when I'm out with friends of mine. Someone always says I used to. There are Eustas that are rye, there are Eustas that are wheat, there are Eustas that are in summer day. Through our nostalgia lens, our past had all the winds. Everything was better when we used to. Are the things our memory seems to bring. We always want to share what we used to. But if you only did it once, the best shot of a bunch, is it really fair to later say, I used to? Our memories were better, our bodies firm and leaner. Words of wisdom always filled the air. The sky was never falling, the news was less appalling. Maybe I really don't remember like I used to. Now I'm older than I was when I began. I can't do lots of things like I used to. But were things really that much better? Am I just a good forgetter? One day these will be the things I say I used to. Used-tos are the things our memory seems to bring. We always want to share what we used to. It happens all the time when I'm out with friends of mine. Someone always says I used to. Well, used-tos are the things our memory seems to bring. We always want to share what we used to. It happens all the time when I'm out with friends of mine. Someone always says I used to. It happens all the time when I'm out with friends of mine. Someone always says I used to. It happens all the time when I'm out with friends of mine. Someone always says I used to. It happens all the time when I'm out with friends of mine. Someone always says I used to. Now you'll have that used to earworm in your head though, because every time somebody says used to, and the few other people that have ever heard this song, Heimo, says now if somebody says they used to, points. So anyway, thank you. Okay, the next one actually has got a little bit more of a story, but I'll tell you after while Michael's doing some other setting up later. But the thing I have to say about this song is it's not autobiographical. And if you knew my lovely wife, you would absolutely know that this is not autobiographical. Just putting that out there for anybody who might think something's gone haywire. And this one's called This Broken Love. So,
That is foreshadowing.
No, we can share with you.
So what's happened to your face? It doesn't smile much anymore. And the laugh lines round your eyes seem to be fading more and more. Is it something that we've done? Or is it just the way you feel? There's such a sadness that I see. So what's happened to your face? You were always there for me. Thought that I was right there too. The love that sparkled in your eyes the way I felt for you. So what's happened to your eyes? They just don't sparkle like before. It's time for us to realize we don't feel love anymore. Is there a reason for our loss, or just the passing of time? Maybe neither is to blame. Our love's foundation had a fault. Put the smile back on your face. Let the laugh lines lift once more. Let the sparkle in your eyes brighten your world like before. Holding on to what we had is like trying to hold back time. The reasons for this broken love don't really matter anymore. Put the smile back on your face. Let's not fight it anymore. It wasn't something that we've done. Let's not be broken anymore. Because of this guy, straighten up love part. But when we did the podcast thing, it obviously triggered something in my head. But probably about 2 weeks later, I actually woke up. It's the first time it ever happened in my entire life. Woke up with that tune and the first two verses of that song, and I sat down at a counter and wrote them. It never even happened before. And I thought, that seems a little morose. But I also thought at the time, I didn't write it to be a sad song. I read it to be, everybody, if there's relationship breakups and stuff like that, it's always somebody's fault. And maybe it's not. You know, maybe it's just time. Maybe it's just time. So anyway, so that kind of struck me, and that's what I hope comes from that song, although it sounds sad. But the other side of it then, because of Michael, I thought, well, this actually sounds pretty good, so I got to finish it, right? So then I did, and I played it. A couple people in this room have heard it and said to me, that sounds like a song. So again, I thank you, Michael, and appreciate this opportunity.
Oh, that's so cool.